Good day everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss the fundamental concepts of object-oriented programming. Let us start with this question. What is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is a term used to describe a programming approach based on objects and classes. It's a way of writing computer programs which is using the idea of objects to represent data and methods. Usually, computer programs were just a list of instructions to the computer, telling the computer what to do. And with this definition, questions arises. What is an object? Why do we always relate objects to classes? And what is a class, by the way? Let us define what is a class. A class can be defined as a template or blueprint that describes the behavior or properties of an object. We can say that an object is an instance of a class. It has behavior and properties. Now let's try to create a human class. It has properties and it has behaviors. As you notice, the properties of a human is something that describes a human. It has name, age, height, weight, and skin color. And as for the behavior of a human, these are the capabilities of a human class. It can speak, run, eat, and sleep. But it's not only limited for these properties and behavior. Remember that you're the one that will define what are the properties and behavior of a human class. Now, we have created a human class. And in our example, we define what are the properties and behaviors of it in order to call it a human. Now, let's create an instance of human, and it would be represented by an object. Let's say we have an object named John, and it belongs to the instance of a class human. So therefore, John also has the same properties and behavior as the human class. It has name, age, height, weight, and skin color. And as for the behavior, it has speak, run, eat, and sleep. And that's not all for the concepts of object-oriented. Aside from classes and objects, there are more concepts in OOP that you have to remember. So the first one is the inheritance. It is when one class acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent class. It provides code reusability, and it is used to achieve the runtime polymorphism. Let's say we have an animal class. And then another one is the mammal class. So the mammal class inherits the animal. So meaning to say, animal now is the parent class of mammal. So animal is the parent class of class mammal. And then we created another class, dog, which inherits the properties and behavior of mammal. So meaning to say, mammal is the parent class of dog class. And then dog class has an object, or let's say set of objects, corgi, pug, and husky. So all the properties and behavior of animal will be inherited by the mammal class. So as you can see here, that's why it is enclosed inside the mammal class. Meaning to say, all the present properties and behavior of animal is also available to mammal class. And then since mammal is a parent of dog, all the properties and behavior of dog or of mammal will be inherited by the dog class. So as you can see here, inside the dog class, it has the same properties and behavior, or it also inherited the properties and behavior of mammal class. And since mammal has the properties and behavior of animal class, therefore dog class now contains all the properties and behavior of mammal and animal. The second one is the polymorphism. If one task is performed in different ways, it is known as polymorphism. So let us have an example. If animal class has sound behavior, it can be performed in a different way by another type of animal. So let's say we have a dog class and it has a sound arp arp, while reindeer has honk sound. But both of them has the same parent class, which is animal. So let's say we have the animal class, which has a sound behavior, a dog class, and a reindeer. And then dog class inherits animal, and then reindeer also inherits animal. So I mean to say this dog and reindeer class has sound behavior, but when dog uses this sound behavior, it produces arp arp, while the reindeer produces honk sound. So this is polymorphism. If one task is performed in different ways, so it is known as the polymorphism. The third one is the abstraction. It shows only the important things to the user and hides the details. So it is compulsory for the subclasses to reimplement the abstract methods. In Java, we use abstract class and interface to achieve abstraction. It is not possible to create an object for an abstract class, and the only way to use it is by using extends or implements. So you will know more about this abstraction on the following videos. So let's say we have an animal class which has eat behavior, or let's say an abstract method or abstract behavior eat. So meaning to say, if dog class inherits animal or extends to animal, meaning to say it is compulsory or it is required for the dog class to have the eat method. And then the fourth one is the encapsulation. It is one of the fundamentals of OOP that is used to hide the values or state of a structured data object inside a class, preventing unauthorized parties direct access to them. For example, we have the dog and cat class. They have name, height, and width. So the dog class cannot access the data, or let's say the properties inside the cat class. And same goes for cat class. It cannot access the objects or data objects inside the dog class. So there's an encapsulation, and this encapsulation can be achieved using the private access modifier. We will know more access modifiers on the following videos. So for the advantages and disadvantages of the object-oriented programming, let us have the advantages. So it is easy to understand. Everything is treated as objects, so we can model a real-world concept using OOP. And OOP approach offers reusability of classes. And for the disadvantages, it is a little bit tricky when it comes to designing. It requires designing skills for modeling objects. And since larger in size, that means more instruction to be executed, which results in the slower execution of the programs. So that's all for now. I hope that you learned something new. Thank you, and see you on our next videos.